I will not be silenced on this issue. I will continue to speak up. I will not stand for this human suffering. I don't care if you are here legally, illegally, documented, undocumented. You have a fundamental right to feel safe in this city.
Now, on Tuesday, police were called out to a local apartment complex on reports of a home invasion. That's where they were told that a group of people entered the victims' homes, where they were then kidnapped and tortured. Now, one victim was stabbed, the other had their fingernails ripped out. This went on for 4 hours until the victims were released after promising not to call the authorities. Aurora's police chief says the victims, both Venezuelan migrants, bravely called anyway.
I want to make sure that anybody, whether documented or undocumented, knows that they can call law enforcement and will respond. There is no place in this country, there is no place in this city where somebody should be victimized or mistreated based upon their documentation status.
Now, federal law enforcement sources tell Fox News ICE, Homeland Security, and the DEA are involved in this latest round of arrests. They suspect at least 14 of them are TDA gang members. Harris.
Jeff Paul, thank you. Incoming Trump border czar Tom Homan is sending a message to Aurora's police chief.
I just saw your piece on the chief of police standing up and talking about this issue. What's lacking is an ICE person standing next to him shoulder to shoulder. So he's talking the talk, but let's hope he walks the walk and hand these people to ICE when he's done with them, because we can remove them not only from the community but from the country. And if law enforcement officers don't help us do that, we're certainly going to do that starting January 21st.
You know, Kennedy, this was taken up a notch. I mean, torture. They're talking about dropping people off in the middle of the night. You heard that one lawmaker say they don't know where they are, pulling people's fingernails, tying people's hands behind their backs and beating them. I mean, this is gang warfare. That's what this is. I don't see how you confuse this with just regular police work.
Well, if they're going to bump it up a notch, then maybe law enforcement should bump it up a notch with how they charge these criminals. I mean, because it sounds like terrorism to me. You know, if you've got torture and you're trying to influence a political outcome, I think you could make the case for terrorism here. And also, I don't understand whether they're elected officials or law enforcement. Like, I understand, you know, sort of hemming and hawing on immigration in general. I get that, you know, and the idea that, you know, in general, immigrant communities commit fewer crimes than natural-born communities. Totally understand that. But this is not something where you're on the fence going, I don't know, I kind of think that we should protect these guys. You know, they're fun, they're so multicultural, they really add so much to the community. No, they are showing you they are the worst of the worst. They are displaying and advertising everything. These are the kind of people you should want out of the country. They make people scared. They make communities less safe. So make an example out of them, either by putting them in prison forever under terrorism charges or getting them out of there so, you know, people who are good can thrive.
Well, look, that second option only works under Trump. It could never work under Biden because they just come right back in.
Oh, President Harris is going to give them a really hard time.
Not this Harris. The other one. Oh, my goodness. So, Charlie Hurt, one of my main concerns, though, is, as Kennedy's pointing out, and as they make things harder for people that they move in on, this isn't just simple, I'm going to rob you type of crime. They are now terrorizing the entire country. Because if they come to, and by the way, they're in 50 states, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Some part. I mean, Colorado's got a lot of them.